Sunday, June 13th, 1943. Dear Kitty, my birthday poem from Daddy is too good to keep from you. As Pim usually writes verses in German, Margot volunteered to translate it. Judge for yourself whether Margot didn't do it brilliantly. After the usual summary of the events of the year, this is how it ran. Though youngest here, you are no longer small. But life is very hard, since one and all aspire to be your teacher, thus and thus. We have experience, take a tip from us. We know, because we did it long ago. Elders are always better, you must know. At least that's been the rule since life began. Our personal faults are much too small to scan. This makes it easier to criticize the faults of others which seem double size. Please bear with us, your parents, if we try to judge you fairly and with sympathy. Correction sometimes takes against your will, though it's like swallowing a bitter pill, which must be done if we're to keep the peace. While time goes by till all the suffering cease. You read and study nearly all the day. Who might have lived in such a different way? You're never bored, and bring us all fresh air. Your only moan is this: what can I wear? I have no knickers, all my clothes are small, my vest might be a loincloth, that is all to put on. Shoes would mean to cut off toes. Oh dear, I'm worried by so woes. There was also a bit about food that Margot could not translate into rhyme, so I shall leave it out. Don't you think my birthday poem is good? I have been thoroughly spoiled in other ways and received a lot of lovely things. Among other things, a fat book on my pet subject, the mythology of Greece and Rome. I can't complain of a shortage of sweets either. Everyone has broken into their last reserves. As the Benjamin of the family in hiding, I am really more honored than I deserve. Yours, Anne. Tuesday, June 15th, 1943. Dear Kitty, lots of things have happened, but I often think that all my uninteresting chatter bores you very much and that you are glad not receive too many letters. So, I shall give you the news in brief. Mr. Vossen has not been operated on for his duodenal ulcer. When he was on the operating table and they had opened him up, the doctors saw that he had cancer, which was far too advanced to operate. So, they stitched him up again, kept him in bed for 3 weeks and gave him good food, and finally sent him home again. I do pity him terribly and think it is rotten that we can't go out, otherwise I should certainly visit him frequently to cheer him up. It is a disaster for us that good old Vossen won't be able to keep us in touch with all that goes on and all he hears in the warehouse. He was our best helper and security advisor. We miss him very much indeed. It will be our turn to hand in our radio next month. Koophuis has a clandestine baby set at home that he will let us have to take the place of our big Phillips. It certainly is a shame to have to hand in our lovely set, but in a house where people are hiding, one dare not, under any circumstances, take wanton risks and so draw the attention of the authorities. We shall have the little radio upstairs. On top of hidden Jews, clandestine money and clandestine buying, we can add a clandestine radio. Everyone is trying to get hold of an old set and to hand that in instead of their source of courage. It is really true that as the news from outside gets worse, so the radio with its miraculous voice helps us to keep up our morale, and if, say again, chins up, stick it out, better times will come. Yours, Anne.